9:13 WMAZ Morning starts now.
Waking up to what's sure to be a fantastic sunrise on a new school year here in Macon and Bibb County. We'll take a look at the forecast for the day ahead coming up.
Plus, a murder charge coming in the death of a former Central Georgia football player, a look back at the June case, and the man now charged. Plus, a millage rate rollback approved in Macon, Bibb County, what this could mean for your finances.
We are live here at Central High School as we continue our back-to-school coverage. A live interview with the superintendent is coming up in just minutes.
And from a new gym all the way to new bathrooms, what school in Baldwin County is undergoing a facelift, as the principal calls it?
Good Wednesday morning, Central Georgia. You're taking a live look over a beautiful downtown Macon. The time is now 6:32 on this August the 3rd. I'm Wanye Reese. We are kicking off our back-to-school coverage and continuing our back-to-school coverage this morning in beautiful Bibb County. You heard the band out there earlier. They were having a good time. And Caitlin and Alex, I heard that somebody was talking about my footwork a little bit early on. I didn't hear it because of the band, but I got a bone to pick with y'all.
We just want to see more of it. That's all we want, Wanya. We were enjoying it. We are excited for everything that you have planned for us. I know you got a fun half hour headed our way. For now, we're going to head on over to Alex. He has a look at your forecast as your kids get ready to head out to the bus stop.
Yeah, Caitlin, that's right. Waking up to temperatures in the 70s, 72 here in Macon, 71 in Warner Robins, 72 in Byron, and 70 in Fort Valley this morning. We got 70 down in Eastman and 71 in McRae. A few sprinkles out there as well. So if you're headed out to the bus stop this morning, know that that will be possible as we get through the morning hours. Of course, it's back to school in Macon, Bibb County today. Look for a high temperature right around 92. There's a few of those sprinkles being picked up there on the radar after starting off the morning right around 74 today. But what is sure to be a fantastic sunrise here in Macon, so certainly step outside and enjoy it this morning. Okay, we do have a traffic alert for you this morning. I do want to share with you. This is out of Warner Robins. It does look like, or we do know that Watson Boulevard is closed in both directions because of a pedestrian being hit. Warner Robins Fire Department confirmed that happened a little while ago. They're not sure on the condition of the person. We're working on getting in touch with the Warner Robins Police Department for more information there. Also, Interstate 16 westbound closed in both directions, or closed both lanes just past Segota Road. So this is headed from Dublin into Macon. Again, I-16 westbound is closed just past Segota Road. So we'll keep an eye on these, Caitlin, and let you know if we get any updates.
Thank you, Alex. Some answers now coming in the death of a former Northside High School football player. Warner Robins police say they charged 21-year-old Leonard Forrest with murder in the case. Forrest was already in jail on aggravated assault charges from a shooting that happened on Tinker Boulevard shortly before 17-year-old Jontel Williams was killed. Williams died in June after someone shot him in the 400 block of Thomas Boulevard. He graduated from Northside in May and was a defensive back on the football team. A deadly hazing case in Washington County now back in the spotlight as the 3 deputies involved could face a second trial. Prosecutors say deputies Henry Lee Copeland, Michael Howell, and Rhett Scott had no reason to stop Uri Martin or tase him in 2017. But after an October 2021 trial ended in a mistrial, the case has gone months without a prosecutor until now. The prosecuting attorney's counsel confirmed yesterday Chattahoochee Judicial Circuit DA Stacey Jackson accepted the case. Middle Judicial Circuit DA Tripp Fitzner recused his office from the case last year, claiming a conflict of interest. However, he never stated what that conflict was. Martin's family says they hope the case will be retried, and that the ending is different this time.
We hoping that this prosecution team will do the right thing in the eyes of the law. This family, they're not asking for handout, they asking for justice.
We contacted DA Jackson for comment on if and how he plans to move forward with the case. He says he does not want to comment at this time. Jackson says his office is waiting on the case file. Time is 6:35 in your state news this morning. One of the men convicted of murdering Ahmaud Arbery wants a federal judge to show leniency when he's sentenced for a federal hate crimes conviction. Greg McMichael's defense attorney says his client should be spared a life sentence. A judge already sentenced McMichael to life without parole on a separate murder conviction. The attorney also asked that McMichael get transferred to a federal prison, which would allow him to bypass serving time at a Georgia state prison. Greg McMichael and his son Travis, along with William Roddy Bryan, are all scheduled for sentencing on Monday. Today, Governor Brian Kemp expected to extend Georgia's gas tax suspension. The governor's office told our station in Atlanta to expect a release sometime this morning with more details. The current suspension ends on August 13th. It saves you about 29 cents a gallon. The announcement comes as gas prices continue to fall here in Georgia and across the country. AAA shows Georgia drivers paying an average of $3.72 a gallon. That's down 2 cents from yesterday, but still 75 cents more than this time last year. I saw it for $3.32 down in Warner Robins, so that is a good sign. The University of Georgia now mourning the loss of a star running back from the 80s. The school announced yesterday that Lars Tate died at the age of 56. His cause of death not initially known. Tate played 4 seasons with the Bulldogs. His career rushing total still ranks 6th all time in the program's history, and he is 3rd in rushing touchdowns. Well, the millage rate in Macon Bibb will now go down as commissioners voted last night for a 2 mil rollback. But what does that mean for you and your wallet? Well, 1 mil is a tax of $1 for every $1,000 in your property value. So 2 mils, about $2 per thousand. But in Georgia, you're only taxed on 40% of your property value. So if your property value stays the same, you could be looking at about $80 less on your tax bill. The millage rate is phase 2 of 3 to determine tax bills. First is the property tax assessment.
Mayor and commissioners have absolutely nothing to do with any tax assessment that you may have received. Our job is to set the millage rate, which is actually the tax that's associated with the properties that we have.
Now in August, the school board will set their millage rate, and after that, your tax bill will finally come out. But it's up to your property value to determine whether your bill goes up, goes down, or stays the same. The school board has one more hearing. That's August 19th. The county commission's decision last night was final since they are lowering rates. Commissioners also approved authorizing about $2.6 million in SPLOST money for the Macon Transit Authority to buy new electric buses. They also voted to call for a November 8th special election to fill the vacant District 2 seat on the Macon Water Authority. Desmond Brown resigned this year to run for Water Authority chairman. He lost that election in a June runoff. Well, school bells will soon ring in more Central Georgia school districts as back-to-school season continues this morning. Today, Baldwin, Bibb, Johnson, Trutland, and Twiggs County schools, it is your turn to head back to the classroom. Tomorrow, Dublin City Schools, Dodge, and Crawford County students will start their classes. Now in Bibb County, the new school year also brings new district-wide leadership. Let's check back in with my co-anchor, Wanye Reese, joining us live in Bibb with their new superintendent. Good morning, Wanye.
Good Wednesday morning to you, Caitlin. I'm not sure if you've heard, but there is a new superintendent here in town at Bibb County Schools, and his name is Dr. Dan Sims. He's joining us right now. So just my first question for you, what is your message to the students, teachers, and parents as you all embark on this first day of school?
Oh, wow. Just 3 words. Let's get excited. We are so ready for our students to come back, excited about the school year, and today is that foundational day. We want everybody to come to school today, and let's lay this foundation together. Just excited, that's all.
Yes, and what does your day look like? What are you going to be doing today?
Oh, wow, this is my 28th first day in my career, and I'll be visiting several schools today, putting on their shirts, showing that school spirit, just helping everybody to get motivated for the entire school year. And I'm excited about seeing everybody today.
Oh, wow. So you're going to have outfit changes throughout the day to represent each school that you're going to visit?
Yeah, outfit changes, just show my love for those schools. I brought some extra deodorant as well for all those changes, but we're excited about all of the opportunities to see all of our students and all the different learning environments, and just to make sure that everybody feels good about this first day and every day beyond.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. And I think we have a little bit more time for just, one more question. But, for parents who are going to be, watching us this morning, what's your message to them?
Your children are safe. They're ours, in our hands, and we love them to death. And it's going to be a great school year.
Yes, sir. Well, Dr. Dan Sims, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And we have much more back-to-school coverage coming up, as you all know. I love mentoring. We got a chance to go to Bruce Elementary and talk about a mentoring program that they have going on there. And TJ, our morning reporter, is going to continue our team coverage out there in Baldwin County. But for now, Alex and Caitlin, sending it back to y'all on Gray Highway.
All right, thank you so much, Wanye. Looking forward to a great school year under Dan Sims. I know he has a lot of energy and charisma, so it is always fun to see him out there enjoying the new school year.
And we both know how hard it is to have this much energy at 6 in the morning.
Yes,
so
that's very true.
There. 94 is what we did yesterday. 93 93, somewhere in there is what we're going to do today. But what the big note is that the averages are coming down. Yesterday, the average was 94. Today, it is 93. There's a live look across downtown Macon. 72, the current number, 71 in Warner Robins as well as in Perry. 77 is what they're doing in Milledgeville. We were picking up on some fog earlier in Eastman. It looks like that has since cleared. Visibility down just a bit in Unadilla, but for the most part, clear across central Georgia. We are seeing a few sprinkles in and around the area. Monroe County, as you get down towards Twiggs and Lawrence County, it looks like a few in Houston County as well. And then down into Wilcox County, 71 in Unadilla, 71 in Warner Robins, 72 in Thomaston, 72 in Montezuma, 73 in Dublin, and a pair of 7s up in Hancock County this morning. A fairly quiet morning across the southeast with mainly 70s across the board. Here we go with future view through the day today. Going to expect to develop the showers and storms right around the noon hour. Here we go at noon on the dot. Still seeing some sun across the area as well, but if you do get one of these storms over your location, and we could be talking about locally heavy downpours, some frequent lightning, gusty winds. We know how it goes here in the summertime, and the good news is once you get one of these showers, if you get one of these showers, it will put a cap on your temperature for the day and drop it a little bit. So even though we're forecasting highs in the 90s today, the upper 80s and the 90s, if you do get one of those showers, it will make you favor the upper 80s as opposed to the 90s. Any activity we do see will go to bed tonight, and then once we get into tomorrow morning, here we go once again, firing up the activity right around the noon hour. Notice not as much activity tomorrow as we're going to see today. I've boiled it down to about a 40% chance of rain today, 30% for tomorrow. And then as we get into Friday, that's going to be down to about 20%. Here's how the temperatures stack up. 92 today, 93 Thursday through Saturday, and then down to 90 on Sunday with an increased rain chance once again. We're going to waste no time getting into the 90s today. Into the 80s by about 10 a.m., 89 by about 2 p.m., topping off right around 92 with, again, about a 40% chance of rain with those afternoon storms. Sunrise officially here in the next few minutes, 6:50. That continues to get later and later. So as we get deeper into the school year, at least until we get to the point where daylight saving time ends, we'll continue to see that sunrise get later. School bus forecast for the day today, 70s to 90s, 90 or so right around recess. With some scattered showers around, that will be a possibility. Here's the 7-day forecast, mid-90s through the weekend, a 40% chance of rain on Sunday, but again, that means a 60% chance of staying dry. We're going to hang on to those rain chances next week as well. Of course, you've got to factor in the humidity to all of this. We know how it goes here in central Georgia. You got to add in about 3 to 4 degrees in terms of what it's going to feel like outside, so we could be talking about feels like temperatures upwards of the upper 90s.